Let's talk about cars. Today we're going to slow down, not just fly past them shouting out their name. I'm going to stop and admire the cars. This is the first video in my new pack opening series called Car Talk 50. Each video I will open a 10-time ceramic and talk about each of the 50 cards that we pull. I'll tell you about them and then I'll give my opinion on whether they're useful or not. Then I'll click and move on to the next card. So a 10-time ceramic costs 325,000 cash. It has 50 cards and each pack will give you a minimum of 10 super rares and 10 rares and 30 uncommons. Hopefully we will get more than that today. Let's hope the pack pays out good stuff. Let's open the pack. Right, first card, Ford Fiesta. Standard tyres, front wheel drive, not very useful, no tags, it's medium, nothing special. Next car, Ford EcoSport. Standard tyres again, front wheel drive, it's high ground clearance, but realistically that's not going to make any difference. You've got a poor handling, poor 0 to 60, poor car, not worth using. Okay, 1987 Vauxhall Nova GTE in silver. Performance tyres, front wheel drive. It's medium, it's light. It's not got great handling, but probably better than the other RQ20s that we've just pulled. Pixo, not a car I've ever used. I have one, I don't need two. It's the usual stuff, low top speed, city car, medium, nothing interesting. Red Fiat Punto 2017 standard tyres, front wheel drive. That's what they all seem to be in this RQ range. It's medium again, traction control, ABS, all that kind of stuff. Slightly better handling. It's okay. Okay, newish car from Pacific Coast Highway update. RQ23 Mercury Cougar. It's a pretty awful picture. Pretty awful car, but it is performance tyres, which as you've seen most of them around that area are standard tyres. It's a 90s USA car, not great. Next car, Ford Cortina Crusader. Kind of crazy name for a Ford Cortina. It's a RQ23, early 80s British car, standard tyres, rear wheel drive. It's got the World Expo tag, medium, not great handling, not a great car really. Opel Diplomat, black and white photo. I hate black and white photos in the game. Standard tyres, rear wheel drive, usual kind of rubbish. Great exhibition tag, German, nothing much going on, not a good car. RQ24 Plymouth Barracuda Fastback, first good car of the pack. It's got American Dream tag, muscle car tag, it's got a reasonable top speed, reasonable 0 to 60, no handling, but performance tyres, rear wheel drive, a pretty good car for its RQ. Ford Laser from the Learn the Savannah Way tag, RQ24 performance tyres, front wheel drive, it's Australian, it's an okay car, middle of the road, nothing special on handling, nothing special on 0 to 60. Citroen AX, I mean, really could be a good photo, but black and white. Not too bad a car for an RQ25. Performance tyres, 74 handling. It's not bad handling with a hot hatch tag. Ford F100 pickup truck. It's got pretty awful stats, but it is all surface tyres, rear wheel drive, which is unusual. It has its niche, just not that useful a lot of the time. Certainly not for going around corners. Nice looking old 1973 truck though. American Frontier tag. Okay, next we've got a brand new car from the European New Wave update. Citroen from 2015, French car, middle-ish stats, 0 to 60's not up to much, handling's not up to much, standard tyres, front wheel drive, medium. It's a normal car. Chrysler LeBaron from American Frontier update. It's got no handling, rubbish picture, rubbish car. Another one from the European New Wave update. Skoda Fabia, pretty awful car. Unfortunately, it's amongst a load of other Skodas that are exactly the same as it. Doesn't stand out. Chrysler PT Cruiser, one of the worst cars ever made in history. It's in a great colour, but the colour just makes it look even worse, I think, because it's a PT Cruiser. American Dream tag, no handling, just an awful car. RQ26 Nissan Silvia, Japanese car from the mid-60s. It has its position. The handling is not too bad. It's a mid-60s car from Japan. Nice looking car. Another car from Pacific Coast Highway update, Lincoln Town Car. I mean, it's just a town car. American rubbish from the 90s. Now, Pontiac Aztek from the American Dream update. It's a really useful car. It's high ground clearance, standard tyres. It's not light, but the handling's not bad, and it's quite a useful car. I have two of them maxed. Plymouth XNR. It looks like a record-breaking car, doesn't it? It looks like something that's going to really fly down a drag strip, but it sort of doesn't. The top speed's okay, but not that great. RQ27 Nissan Juke, relatively useful. 2020 car for the Japan Pro Tour update a couple of years back. Now, stunning car. Jaguar C-Type, British Racing Green. It's weirdly medium ground clearance and very light. Gorgeous car. Motorsport tag. I've used them quite a lot. I've got a couple of them maxed. Beautiful car. Another beautiful car. Dodge Challenger from the 70s. American car. Good dragster. No handling, but you don't need it. It's a dragster with a pretty good top speed. Good 0 to 60. American Dream tag. Muscle car tag as well. And it's medium if you need it to be medium, which you sort of don't because it's a dragster. Pacific Coast Highway car, Mercury Cyclone. It's a great looking car. It's a really great looking car from the 70s. Again, it's got no handling. It's an old American car. You would expect it to have poor handling. Standard tyres, medium ground height. Not very useful, but a great looking car. Okay, early 70s Vauxhall. Great exhibition tag. Medium ground height, relatively light. Useful. On the flip side, late 90s Peugeot, not useful. Ugly, front wheel drive, Peugeot 406, ugly. Okay, Asia Pacific Grand Prix tagged Mitsubishi. It's a really good picture. I don't have much to say about the car, but the picture just makes it pop off the screen. First rare is a GMC. It's standardised four-wheel drive. They're quite useful. It's a big old heavy thing with high ground clearance, no handling, but four-wheel drive standard tyres can be useful. Staying at RQ30, Mercury Montego, mid-2000s US car. Not much to say about it. Pacific Coast Highway tag, it's medium, it's heavy. Who cares? Italian Maserati from the mid-70s. Good top speed, 0 to 60 is not too bad. Handling's okay, performance tyres. It's a nice, useful car from the 70s. Okay, staying with Italy, we've got an Alfa from the Amalfi Coast Cruising tag. Stats aren't too bad. I mean, the RQ's going up, so the stats should be getting better. 7.1, 0 to 60 and 79 handling as stock. Performance tyres, front wheel drive. Not too bad. So Nissan from the late 90s, Japan, all surface tyres, four-wheel drive, high ground clearance, pretty heavy, no handling, no 0 to 60. It has its place somewhere, but I don't know where that is. New car from the European New Wave update, Citroën DS4. Good looking new car. It's not new, it looks new. It's from 2011. Medium ground clearance, standard tyres, usual stats. Nothing interesting. Another Citroën without the new tag. Standard tyres, medium stats, top speed's a bit better. Pontiac Grand Am, early 90s US car, no top speed, average stats. American Dream tag, medium ground height, who cares? Okay, RQ39 Skoda from the European New Wave tag. I've maxed one already and it's quite useful. It's got quite a good top speed. The stats are in the middle, but they're okay. Performance tyres. There's not many performance tyres cars from the European New Wave update. So actually a useful car with a useful tag. Okay, first super rare. Volkswagen Corrado. Not bad 0 to 60. Handling's okay. Performance tyres. It's not something that you're going to use much. Right, next one, Alfa. Really good picture, really good looking car. It's a late 2000s Italian sports car. Its handling's pretty good. Not a bad car. Performance tyres. Useful. Amalfi Coast cruising tag and hot hatch tag as well. It doesn't look it, but it is a medium ground height. Holden. I mean, what a stupid picture. What does that bloke look like? What an idiot. If he wants to be James Bond, he really needs to get an Aston, not a Holden. Right, anyway, it's got a Lerner Savannah Way tag. I mean, apparently it's a muscle car. Late 80s Australian car. Nothing much of anything. Terrible picture. White Infiniti M35. It's quite a useful car. Late 2000s Japanese. The stats aren't too bad. It is medium. I've used mine quite a lot in the past. Chevrolet Camaro. Unfortunately, it's the 90s version, not the earlier ones. But it's still got a really good 0 to 60. It's a good car, just not the prettiest of the Camaros. Okay, RQ44 BMW 320D. That D means it's diesel, which gives it something going on. It is a saloon. The 0 to 60 is dreadful. The top speed's pretty awful for a German car. And the handling's not up to much. It is standard tyres, but not very useful. Peugeot 607. It has been useful in the past. I mean, there's a lot more French cars in the game now, but 2002 French car with a top speed that's not too bad, 0 to 60 that's not too bad, performance tyres, front wheel drive, it's not a bad car. RQ46 TVR, it is a mid-80s TVR. It doesn't have the glamour of the beautiful TVRs, unfortunately. It's got a low 0 to 60, but that's about it. It's not something you want to look at, that's for sure. Lock to lock tag. Okay, next one. Really crazy useful car from Pacific Coast Highway Update. Ford Mustang Mark 1 RQ46. It's got a good top speed, good 0 to 60, handling's not too bad, performance tyres. It's pretty heavy, but it's been useful. Infiniti Q5. It's standard tyres. It's not, the stats aren't great. It's medium. There's better Infinitis in the game. Ford Focus ST, mid-2000s, British car. It's medium ground clearance. It looks better than it is, I think. Okay, right, we're into ultras. We've got the Abarth 500 with off-road tyres. A great car, a really good car. It's got hardly any weight to it. It's low ground clearance, which is its biggest problem. Really good handling off-road car. Audi A3 from the Enter the Black Forest tag, German. It's got 150 top speed. The stats are pretty rubbish, but it is standard tyres, front wheel drive, so it could be useful. Again, it might not be. And our last car is the Audi S4 Cabriolet. A really rubbish looking mid-2000s Audi. World Expo tag. The stats aren't too bad. Performance tyres, four-wheel drive, RQ58. Who cares, yeah? That's what that is. It's a who cares car. And that is the 50 cars. Okay, we got 3 ultra rares and 1 super rare, more than the standard you would expect from the pack. So that's a great result, really good result. I mean, the whole pack is fused material. Not one car I want in that lot. Not one car I haven't got in that lot. They're all duplicates, all going to be fused material. But that's why people with a garage my size open ceramics. We open them to get fused material. Sometimes you get something great, sometimes you get something you haven't got, but most of the time you just get a lot of fused material. It wasn't the greatest pack. Looking at the cars in the pack, they weren't the greatest cars at any of the RQs. None of them were outstanding apart from possibly the Abarth Ultra Rare. Maybe next time we'll get a better batch of cars. I hope you enjoyed this slower paced video. Thanks for watching. We are done. You can get back to your normal day now.